Shut up and sit down.
All right. Computers and I are not really friends, but we are. What's up, party peeps? Jimmy Rhodes here. This is Sorry About Your Feelings, episode 7, if you can believe that. We've made it this far. We're shooting tonight, Sunday, January 17th, 2021. We got 3 days till the 20th, obviously, for those of us that do math. My guest this evening is someone I've known, about 10 years we've known each other?
15.
Really? That long?
Yeah.
It has been, huh? Yeah, so my friend Konnel Peterson is here. Konnel is a real estate dude by day, and by night, he's Batman. Actually, not really. But so he actually is starting a new, so what do you, just a website and a podcast?
Yeah.
Is that the whole gig?
Yeah, essentially it's a product line.
Sit up.
Okay, sorry, brother.
Yeah, you're okay. Talking to your mic, though.
It's a product, tell me.
There you go. I can hear you better.
Yeah, so essentially it's a product oriented around the, kind of a spin-off of the face diaper. And essentially it's a shield. We offer face shields. We offer
such as this one.
Such as that one right there. We offer clothing. We offer neck gaiters. We're offering shirts. But basically the name of the company is mindcontroldevice.com. It's kind of it's just it'll be an educational resource for how the media / government / domestic as well as global governments are mind controlling people with the face diapers. And it'll have a lot of content because all the content essentially that you post on social media for the most part gets taken down quite rapidly, so it's hard to even know anything on a consistent basis without just it all losing all the data. So
right. So in the context of starting this website and this podcast and all this stuff, you're basically trying to bring awareness to people?
Yes.
Essentially is the bottom line.
Exactly.
Just to make it easy for people.
Yeah, just awareness. I'm going to interview doctors on, I'm starting a podcast, like I said. I'm going to interview doctors that are like frontline type doctors that have, that basically just have insight, that have facts, that have, not fake news, non-fake news oriented type of scenarios. And it's just going to be all about real information, as real as we can find, and quit lying to the general population.
Nice. So no more mockingbird medicine.
No,
because I call it all. Mockingbird Media, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I call it all mockingbird because medicine. And you probably know this too. Having been around, for a minute, everything is profit driven.
It is.
Right? Your industry's profit driven?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, why is medicine different?
Right.
Right? Think of big pharma and think of all that stuff.
Yeah.
What propagated you to start doing this?
Okay, so basically what happened was when all this started, historically, my nature is somewhat of a semi-hypochondriac. So I was pretty nervous the first day or two this thing came out, the scamdemic, and I was really alarmed when they were saying like 2 to 8 million people are going to die and all this stuff. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So I started looking into it. Previous to that, I turned off mainstream news like Fox and CNN. Never watched CNN, but I stopped watching Fox previous to this just out of fate, I guess, because even Fox was corrupt the whole time that this was going on. But
the whole time,
people, yeah, for sure. I'm way beyond that, but people, have faith in that. I did for years, so I can understand where they're coming from. But it's basically, no. So I did a lot of research, my own research, and decided, and rapidly came to the realization that this is a fraud. I didn't know to what level or grandeur that it actually went all the way to the worldwide level, but I rapidly start connecting dots together.
Yeah.
And
I do know.
And no, so I started watching things I'd never spent a lot of time. I'd spent, most of my time either working or partying, and not a lot in between there. So I wasn't educating myself on how corrupt things were and all that kind of thing. And I'd quit drinking so that I had more idle time. I'd done that, a couple years ago, or a little less than a couple years ago. But anyway, I was educating myself on the various, things that go on that kind of go under the radar, and started watching some things. Like I watched Out of Shadows about sex traffic or child trafficking. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I don't think I've seen. Have we seen that?
It's really nothing about. It's just kind of about Pizzagate and a lot of that stuff.
Oh,
These are things that I'd heard about. Like, what's Hillary Clinton's emails, that kind of thing. And I'd heard about them, but I'd never paid attention. And so I started digging into that stuff, and it's really alarming and disturbing, like when you're super naive and uneducated, completely uneducated on how big of an issue some of these things truly are. And so, so I essentially started studying various other, they call them conspiracies, but realistically those are more probable in terms of practical real-life events than
remember, though, technically they are conspiracies. It only takes two people to conspire to do something. You know what I mean? They've demonized that term, conspiracy theory and all that.
No, so essentially and these are fake beers for those of you who they're Coors Edge, non-alcoholic beers. But no...
when did they start making those? That's funny.
I know, they look like Yellow Bellies, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I like them.
Back in the day, we used to drink a lot of those.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back before Pabst became popular.
I was hydrated all the time, for sure. I thought I was. No, the thing is so basically... I started going down that road, looking at various things, and I realized there's a lot of things that I'd been brainwashed about. And, I'm sure there's still many things I'm unaware of I was brainwashed about historically through education and so forth. And so I quickly learned, like within a few days, I was watching One American News, that's OAN, that's channel 347 as a plug for them on DirecTV, or you can get OAN on Cloud TV, which is KLOWD, I believe.
What in the fuck is Cloud TV?
It's a TV that you can get like Alex Jones. It's essentially for $4 a month, you can get like One American News if you don't have DirecTV.
Yeah.
And it gives you, the full streaming of OAN 24/7.
Oh, okay.
Which that in itself is worth. And if you're a veteran, they give it away for free. So
cool.
So you just sign up with your veteran email address. I'm not a veteran, but for those that are. But anyway, no, it's non-fake news. It's a privately owned independent news network, right, based out of San Diego.
Yeah.
But I found some newscasters, or whatever you call them, that I really liked, and I enjoyed their content, and I was recording them, and I started following like the true numbers of the epidemiologists early on with COVID, and they would have their own epidemiologists that fake news would black out and not discuss. And then I just found other sources and, information that was essentially a lot more accurate than the fake news. Is just, there's almost nothing you can see on there and watch and believe anything anymore. And
like literally nothing.
Anything. And the interesting thing is it's a good way to know what's going on by just doing the opposite of what they're propagating. Like if you want to find anything that's truly not going on, just go look where their energy is being directed, and that's maybe the most accurate way.
Right.
I've started questioning all kinds of things, like, wherever the media narrative is, I've never looked into Scott Peterson, or, I did O.J. Simpson years ago, and, there's just numerous things where the media has just been spot on in, people falling down, caves and different, or different, just random things. If the media is there in full arsenal, with their full arsenal of cameras, like they were in Washington D.C. a few weeks ago. I mean, there's a scam going on, or I should say it's quite likely that there is. Not saying that Scott Peterson or O.J. Simpson weren't guilty or not or whatever. I'm just saying, like, whenever there's a big headline, I mean, I get that those headlines sell or negative news sells, but the thing is when they go overboard.
Yeah,
there's like where there's smoke, there's fire kind of thing. So
well, yeah, always. Well, and they've been doing that for since the inception of TV.
Yeah,
literally.
Right.
Like it's literally like the whole time. Like that's the whole Mockingbird thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a CIA program.
Exactly.
So you just mentioned the fact that like you started questioning. So. Like, I've known you for a long time. We've never talked about any of this shit. It's kind of funny until recently, like this last year, basically. Did you ever, in your, when you were younger, like, when we were all younger, really, think that you'd be sitting here witnessing this kind of thing?
No, not at all. See, what's interesting about what you're talking about, I'm going to swap these the other way, see if it's less loud. Just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. Is that better?
I don't know if that's better or not, but anyway, I'm just getting a little back feed in my. I'll flip them back.
You are here. I got you right here. Don't worry.
No, it's all good.
How's that?
Perfect. So, so what's wild is you just brought up cable or TV. Like, I remember when cable TV came out. Like, I think I was in roughly eighth grade, something like that, and. I lived in the country, so I begged my parents to get cable, and I guess we didn't get it out there, but my stepdad was a type of guy that would just not have we didn't even have a TV in our upstairs of our house. Like he knew it was fake news even back then. The only thing my stepdad would watch when the TV was downstairs in the game room was the Super Bowl, the World Series, and the presidential address, as long as it was a Republican. But no, I'm joking. I'm not. And he called it the idiot box. And so, like, I thought he was nuts, and he was obsessed with the hippies, like taking over. And this was back in the, I grew up in the 70s and obviously 80s. But no, I didn't get it. I didn't realize that I was brainwashed, much like. I would say a lot of millennials are now. You just don't know what you don't know. But I used to really dislike this guy. In fact, I disliked him to a level that was dangerous. Like he kind of drove me to, I don't know. That's a whole nother story. But at this point, knowing what I know now, and this is just in the last year, I would say I have more admiration, respect for the guy, just having that level of understanding of how corrupt things are. Like, all he did was he built this whole house, and they were very frugal people, but he built the entire house to be extremely long and wide so he could have a shooting range in the basement. So he would reload shells, shoot guns 24/7. It was just, that type of environment. And out in the country, I was a bored kid, so I'd be target practicing. So, I mean, I grew up with guns and hunting, and all that stuff. But, like, that atmosphere I thought was crazy. Like, this guy's literally, over the top. And really, that's what he was worried about is what you can see happening right now. Right now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like people like our grandparents, like the World War II generation. I was talking to my dad the other day on the phone, and I was like, Grandpa'd be rolling over his father. He'd be rolling over in his grave right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
I mean? Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to even believe, really, that I wouldn't say that I'm still even quite sure how this sets. Every day I wake up, I'm thinking, okay, it's going to slow down, and it seems to keep accelerating, man.
Right.
It's like, okay, now they're going to say that there's domestic terrorism from the Capitol building, all this stuff. It's like there's always a spin on everything they do.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to blame the MAGA people for it now.
Yeah. No, that's the funniest thing. Like, I was there that whole weekend, or not weekend, but those days. I think I got there Monday and left towards the end of the week or whatever, or actually Friday or Saturday. But no, I spent a lot of time there. I was my whole goal the first day I got there was a tour, and I'd never been to Washington D.C., so I was going to go look at the different sites and so forth. And yeah, there's so much activity going on. I just I didn't even get a chance to do that. But I saw, and that's a funny thing. There's an insane amount of people there. Zero aggression, zero hostility, zero fighting, anything, any vandalism. And then whatever day the 6th is that a Wednesday?
That was a Wednesday.
Okay, so that Wednesday, all of a sudden, there's all this violence, right? And I have, I saw everything myself firsthand, which I somehow ended up on a few different national or worldwide news networks, and I said, hey, the stuff they're reporting on the mainstream news is all fake.
Yeah, I saw the one you sent me from OAN.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny, too.
Right.
It took me a minute, too.
So what's interesting is, I'm watching it all go down. I'm recording a lot of what's going down, and the next thing I know, I'm watching the mainstream media, a little bit of it, or the clips they would replay on OAN or various things, just replaying what they would say on CNN or Fox or whatever. And it's nothing that even happened. And I was in the day on the
they were reporting on Fox and shit.
Yeah, and on the 7th, I was walking around. There's a lot of news networks there. Or not a lot. That's the understatement of the century. There's infinite news networks. Yeah. It was it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. There was it
was the fight scene in Anchorman.
Oh my God, it was crazy, and they're all over the world though.
Yeah.
And
Spanish language news channel,
absolutely.
Bitches.
And so I ended up completely just kind of thinking, I'm going to turn my phone over so it doesn't distract me. That was kind of weird. So I just kind of started thinking, man, this is, and they're worldwide news channels like Russia news. I was on my shirt. I have a lot of attire with mindcontroldevice.com on it. I have a sweatshirt that has a neck gaiter, and so I would stand in front of their cameras all over Washington, D.C. while I were taping, because it's, mind control device. That's what this mask is.
Exactly.
Brainwashing device.
That's what the TV is.
Right, exactly. It's exactly what it is. And realistically, no, every news channel was spinning it. You could hear them, what they're saying. You could see what they're doing. I was witnessing. I'm like, wow. And it's not, at first, I couldn't get over that it was going on in the United States, right? This is now just the United States. I've heard of fake news, and I knew it was fake news. I did not realize to this level, and I certainly didn't realize that it was worldwide. Every news channel in the world was spinning the facts.
Yeah.
Spinning them to the point of absolute deception.
Yeah.
And
100%.
No, so... Yeah, so I engaged in a lot of conversation with a lot of face diaper wearers that are newscasters, and it was exciting. This one in particular, I think he's Russian news. He was actually wearing 2 face diapers. I'm not kidding.
That's the new fashion.
Yeah, and then I'm like, so I asked him, I'm like, what is the point of that? Is that for the 2 face diapers? Is that double protection? And he's like. And he didn't get what I meant by face diapers, but I won't use that term. I tried not to use that word that everybody refers to the face diaper as.
The M word?
Yeah, the M word. Let's just call it what it is, face diaper, right? Because it makes them, it's just shock factor to them, makes them aware, kind of how much they're going along with the brainwashing and the mind control. But the thing is they were getting all bowed up, and they were trying to talk about the science. I follow the science.
Here we go.
What science is that?
Well, so anytime someone talks about science with me, I go, well, how many genders are there?
Right.
There's one right answer.
Right.
And if you don't answer that way, we're done talking about science.
Yeah, I got you.
Just saying.
No, I get that.
I can't do it.
100% right.
I can't do it. There's dudes, and there's chicks.
Right.
Right? That's how.
But you can't say chicks anymore, dude.
I say it all the time.
You know that. I don't either, but that's just funny. Because you know the area of town that I lived not too long ago, oddly enough...
I meant to ask
I'm not trying to segue into this, and I don't want to stay on it, but...
I meant to ask you about that.
I was sitting at dinner this was a few years ago, and this gal... We were sitting around this fire pit, and, you know, on 13th, there's a fire pit there in that restaurant.
Where, on the one on the corner?
Yeah.
Scotty's second place?
Yeah. And this lady... We're having a great dinner because you're set around other people you don't know, and I was with my girlfriend, and everyone's bullshitting, and pretty soon, like 45 minutes into this conversation, we're all talking to back and forth, and I said, I did mention that I used the word chick. I said, because she mentioned she lived up in the foothills on this certain road that I knew, and I said, I go, yeah, I know this chick that lives up there, and I just said that randomly, and the whole dinner went nice until I said that, and right after that, oh my God, things went sideways, dark off the.
How dare you?
Yeah. So then I we went over to Priya's after, and I was perplexed. I'm like, you can't say, is that something you can't? I mean, I'm out of the loop on a lot. I mean, I don't change my behavior other than, you know, I don't know. I guess.
Well, Konnel, what it is, bro, is I can tell you exactly what it is. There's certain people that think that they're more important than the rest of us. That's all it is.
Right.
And so they think they're the language police. So downtown, obviously, when I was training down there, I held the door at Costa Vida, actually, for this lady. I hold doors for people. I was taught to do that. It's polite, whatever. I got called a misogynist.
Wow.
By this lady walking in.
Wow.
And I looked right at her and I said, for being polite? I said, okay, cool, I'll be one of those then.
Then get the door for me then.
Yeah, and then I walked in and just, like, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. So this goes along with what we're talking about, because the simple fact of the matter is like I said, you want to talk about science? Okay.
Yeah.
How many genders are there?
Yeah.
Because there's 2.
Right.
That's it.
No,
right?
I get you.
You want to talk about science? Like, the sun comes out in the morning and it goes down in the evening, right?
Yeah.
Just basic shit like that. What has happened through the brainwashing, through the Mockingbird media, through
mind control,
through the indoctrination in the schools, and through all these things, up is down is up, left is right is left.
It's just divide.
Bad is good is bad.
Right.
And if you think differently from that, you're a conspiracy theorist.
And it's so they can divide and control.
Exactly.
And it comes right down to only that.
Right into a nutshell. I mean, that's the simplest way to put it. Right. That's exactly what it is.
Right. I grew up thinking there's this giant race problem, and this gets into a way crazy topic. And honestly, you have to really critically think what are really the problems there. And I know personally, I didn't have issues with race. Like I didn't. I went to school with mostly, there's a lot of Hispanic people in the town that I grew up in because of farming and that type of thing. But I mean, I was only white kid on the bus, and because my stepdad's business was I used to ride to his office with him to work and then get on the bus, and I was only white kid, and I mean, I just say, I just made friends with the toughest guy on the bus, and then bought him, gave him my lunch tickets or whatever, and then eventually, but I wasn't like, these people are all dirtbags.
No.
And I don't know, and that's the perception that goes on in the world, and it starts at a very young age, You're like, okay, you're a racist, you're an entitled white person, or you're entitled black person.
Well, that's indoctrination.
Yeah.
You know how you get rid of racism? Coming from the half-breed? You know how you get rid of racism? I can tell you. It's this simple. Very good. Boom.
Don't give it energy.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Just stop fucking talking about it.
Yeah, because it's brainwashing.
It's all it is. Well, because the bottom line of it is, it comes down to this. Like, we can talk politics. They want to say, they want to say the MAGA people are racist and this and that and the other. We're all white supremacists. And I just look at people and go, like, you realize like what my other half is, right? And they want to say all these things. But it's simply indoctrination. That's all it is. I guarantee you, are you a good person or not?
Yeah.
That's the basis of everything with the majority of people. don't get me wrong. There are people out there that don't like other people because of the definition of racism is thinking your race is superior to another's. By definition, there are people that think that.
I agree.
There are,
but that's a very rare. It's very
Well, most of it is
low percentage of people. That's just a stereotype.
Most of it is most people stick to their own.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't think they're better. They just take care of their own.
True.
I mean, if that's racist, well, sign me up.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Because, like, as far as I'm concerned, like me personally, I just take care of my own.
Yeah.
Whoever my own is, that's my people.
You
know what I mean?
No, I'm totally tracking.
Small circles, though. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. So I wanted to ask you, how is that section of town these days? I haven't been there. We haven't been there in what?
Oh, yeah, that's funny. That's a whole nother story. But yeah,
I've heard it's just.
You know what's interesting about this is, like I said, I've spent a lot of time drinking down there, and so I just numbed myself out to how
bad it was.
How much of
bad it is.
Disneyland it is. But yeah, this whole scamdemic, it really brought the ghouls out, man. It's like it's 20, it's trick or treating 365. I mean, they're running down the street with face diapers on. They're hiking in the foothills with face diapers. They have their dogs with face diapers. I mean,
face diapers.
No, and I'm like, one day it got so bad that because like I said, or maybe I haven't. Actually, I haven't even told this how I got onto this face shield. Can you show that to everybody?
Yeah.
Or I'll show it. Yeah.
Right there.
So here's the shield. It's a mind control device.
You can put it on, actually. Here, I'll put it on. I'll model it.
There you go.
You know I'm a hand model.
You bet. You are a gangster.
Now I'm a faith model.
For sure.
Ooh, I do faith modeling.
No, so the way that evolved is...
No, straight up legit. I'm literally a hand model.
Nice.
I've been paid to model my hands.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fucking sweet.
That's a good gig. Just sit there, you can just fall asleep and do that.
I had to push buttons in the car.
I'm making money while I'm sleeping. No, so I haven't worn a face diaper since...
Me neither.
Since this started.
I wore, you know what? The only time I wore one was for that hand modeling gig.
Yeah.
I had to. And for what they were paying, for the amount of work I had to do, I was all in.
Yeah. No, and that makes sense. And I see how people are forced to, especially with jobs. That's the thing with me. I haven't, I haven't been in that position where I've had to adhere to that or
me neither.
Conform to having a job where somebody's telling me I have to wear the face diaper. But the thing is I didn't quit shopping, though. I'd go everywhere. I learned my rights. I started going to some meetings. I was reading a lot about the Constitution, knowing your rights, that you have to actually claim your rights. You have to you actually have to claim, use, and defend your rights or you lose them.
Correct.
And so I kind of started realizing how that correlates with the face diaper. And I, everywhere I'd go, I would just say I'm unable to, thanks. And I do have somewhat of a breathing condition. A lot of my friends, or not friends, but people that don't know me have always thought like I do a lot of cocaine or whatever because I'm always sniffing. And it's just it's a sinus / breathing kind of semi condition. But anyway. Not that even matters. They can't force you. These mandates aren't even elected officials who are telling us what we're going to do. Like
and when the mayor tells you, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Exactly. So check this out. So Costco. So I go through all the way till November 16th. I'm able to to fly under the radar, and not to say I hadn't done battle almost everywhere I went, almost every day with people. Some 400-pound, person essentially almost in a wheelchair because of their weight issues telling me about health, And I'm like, cool.
Those are my favorite, man.
Yeah. They're telling you.
My health is at risk. Yeah. And I'm like, well, put the Diet Coke down.
Yeah. It's like, when's the last time you did cardio, by the way?
No shit.
Like straight up. But the thing that's funny about that is Costco started forcing you to wear these shields, and those, neither one of them do anything. The face diaper doesn't, the shield doesn't, and I was giving these away until recently. They're, people are ordering them from around different parts of the United States, but so now I'm selling them for like $7 or $8. I don't know what they're on the website for, but essentially, the thing is Costco went on November 16, made you do that. So I went to the mall and I was just exploring different names, and I was looking online and I'd seen somebody that had mind control device that had it. That's because that's what it is. This is just straight brainwashing. Eventually, I mean, people. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but like the word mind control device, does that work that way? How's that? Okay, whatever. With the picture of the mask with the Ghostbusters logo through it, but no. So I decided I was just gonna. I put mind control device, and so I was wearing around Costco. Then, and I started thinking about this, and oddly enough, which this is gonna go to this conversation at a level where this is kind of how it all came together for me. This whole time this has been going on, I've been trying to. Okay, so I'd never posted on Facebook in my life. I mean, I had a Facebook account because of real estate that my web guy had set it up. Yeah. I'd never got into it where I'm posting and
personal shit.
Anything. I mean, I don't even know. My first picture was only from somebody bitching at me like, you need to have a picture. My first picture was a picture of my ski pass that I was drunk one night, and I got my ski pass out and I took a pic. This is years ago, and that was my profile picture forever. And it's a pic. That's kind of how into Facebook I was. Whatever reason, this scamdemic comes along, and I'm watching OAN, and I'm reading about non-fake news oriented websites, and I'm learning a lot about other things besides the scamdemic. But I was learning about, even like different things like sex trafficking and other things that are super buried, like big time. Yeah. And so then I was like, okay, so what is going on? So I started trying to educate people just by making posts. And I find myself, they're just arguing with me. And it's like they're just trying to defend their position. And I would take significant time to be like, okay, I try to write and list facts, Yeah. And
this sounds oddly familiar.
No, and I would list facts, and I caught myself doing what I used to think other people were weirdos, spending all their time on Facebook. I was becoming that person, and I kind of did become that person. I would be checking for my notifications or whatever they're called when you see who's posted or who's replied. Yeah. And I was trying to see, okay, so I wonder if they finally get it, And I caught myself in this stupid dead end, like tunnel to nowhere, like just doing this regularly. And finally, I'm like, I finally was like getting frustrated. I'm like, I'm not helping anyone. All they're doing is I'm making them pissed, and I'm not trying. Actually, some people I was trying to, kind of, but. That's a different story.
Konnel, you can't help people that don't want.
No, that's the thing. This is so obvious, though. It's so obvious that it's like. So that brings me to this point, Jimmy. This is exactly the point. Here's what it is, bro. This is exactly what it is. I was going to make a website, and I've been in touch with God before, and I'm telling, like, I had a heart attack in 2000, and on April 11th, 2016, I had a massive heart attack. Where I was mountain biking. Long story short, I drove myself to the hospital. I eventually went unconscious, stopped breathing. My heart stopped. They had to use defibrillators.
Was that related to your cholesterol issue?
Yes, yeah. And I found out later I have a blood disorder. It's called lipoprotein A. I met with this guy that works at the Mayo, or had worked at the Mayo Clinic for years. He's a lipid specialist. But
oh wow,
I was on this giant waiting list to meet him. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But anyway, no. So I'm completely like I have this thing, the heart attack, and when I go out, I have this. Out-of-body experience that I don't really tell people. I never talked much to people about. Yeah. And I tell close friends, not extensively, though.
Right.
And it was powerful, and honestly, it was God. And it is what it is. People, if they don't believe in God, I can tell you firsthand, he's real as the sun's going to come up tomorrow. That real. Yeah, or more real. Actually, 10 million times more real. But
the sun's a really bad example.
Okay, well, whatever. We'll go with his fake news. How about that? That's real. There's
a reason I say that. Like the sun and the moon, it's another thing. But
anyway,
to your point,
straight up, that still did bring me close to God, though. I did for a while. Like I was like, but I still kept partying and kept going on along with life and whatever, dating crazy women, that kind of thing. But anyway, the funny thing is this scamdemic. I out of nowhere, I started having this yearning to go to church. And so I started, and I've been spending a lot of time.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me all this on the phone the other day.
I started having, and this is not that long ago, dude. Like, maybe, I don't know, mid-summer or something, I was like, man, I got to start going to church. Or just try it. I got to find a church. That's what my goal was. Like, find one. I've known God before. I mean, not the God that I knew as a kid, like Catholic school and all that.
Yeah.
Not that God. But the thing is I went and I tried a bunch of different churches, and I finally found one, and it's amazing, and it's a non-denominational Christian church, and it's phenomenal. But the thing is, God was working with me even before I was going to church, because this company wasn't going to be called Mind Control Device. It was going to be called. I was looking at scriptures, because this is right out of the Bible, dude. This is Satan deceiving people. He's the ultimate deceiver. If you Google deception, biblical deception scriptures,
DuckDuckGo.
It's do that for sure.
I don't Google anything.
I got to get out of the habit of saying that. It's like you need to stop saying dude or chick. But no, I'm kidding.
Why, dude?
No, I'm just kidding.
I like chicks.
No, see,
and I'm a dude.
I got to quit saying Google. It's just like we're in the.
No, I get it though.
No, so anyway,
it's a tough one to break out of.
No, but
Google
yeah,
thing.
DuckDuckGo it. But I started realizing okay, I need to get a message out on these shields, and I was going to call it benotdeceived.com or .net or something.
.org.
I forget. Well, I bought a domain because that's all it is. Like if you do DuckDuckGo this, you can read scriptures about how this is complete deception.
Yeah, it is.
And it's gone on since the beginning of time.
Yep.
Satan deceives, and he's the ultimate deceiver, and it finally clicked with me. It's like, that is the only way you could mass manipulate, or call it mind control or brainwashing, so many people so fast out of nowhere. I mean, it happened where people are just going along with this at light speed. Some of my best friends. But it didn't
happen out of nowhere.
Well, to me it did, and I get what you're saying. It was built up. I get the whole evolution.
It's been happening for a long time.
But this is a whole nother level of speed. Like wearing around face diapers, destroying our economy, destroying businesses, destroying people's lives, their health. You think wearing the face diapers isn't a total threat to your health?
Your respiratory system.
Yeah, you're right. Prolonged use of that. Think of that. But anyway, the reality is this. God was pulling me in this direction, and I started really feeling him, man. I mean, I guess I think it ties into I haven't drank alcohol for quite a while.
Well, you know why that's important?
Clarity in your mind and your brain.
Your vibrations.
Yes, for sure, frequency.
Alcohol lowers your vibrational frequency.
Totally.
It does. And you know why they're called spirits? Think about it.
Yeah,
that's a thing to that.
No, I do. I know that. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No, the alcohol spirits, and the spirits. I get it. No, that's it gets so deep.
Yeah.
You're kind of because I don't. My sister, like I'll give you a correlation. Like my sister is the kind of person that comes bombastic about God, and it always. I almost she'd send me gifts even or whatever. I almost just want to throw them in the garbage because I didn't want to read her cards, because they're always about. But the reality is she meant well and all that, and
she loves you.
Yeah, but there's a right and a wrong approach for everybody. I mean, some people can I'm just not a guy on the street that wants to pass out Bible tracts and 1 out of every 50,000 people are going to respond favorably. Where the reality is, if you can't see God working or Satan working in this BS going on with the face diapers and the whole now, I mean, it's gotten so bad now that people are literally wearing them in the shower.
Yeah.
And they're I see people all the time driving with them. I see people
alone.
Oh, and so I somehow segued into this. So anyway, you're asking about the North, and I know I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to tie it all together.
Hey, it's all good.
But no,
in the safe space, Konnel, this is what we do.
That's how God revealed himself. So anyway.
Yeah. I totally get it.
Now it makes sense. Now, see, I could not put it together, dude.
Yeah.
And it was driving me nuts. And this kind of ties into it. So I lived in this area that's probably the most liberal part. I would say
next to the university
Sun
area.
Valley. Yeah, outside of Ketchum, Idaho. I would say, because I mean, I live part-time between Vegas and Idaho. But the thing is both of them are liberal. Like the part of Boise I lived in Vegas, and it never bothered me. Like I don't have to go around, talking about Trump or talking about Biden or whoever. I can keep to myself. I can believe, if somebody's wearing around a Biden, hat or.
Is there anybody doing that though?
No, but I mean, if there were,
I just want to
or
make
like
sure.
Bernie Sanders, there were those.
Dude, that dude was wildly popular.
No, but okay, so he's a populist for sure. So check it out. Where I lived, and at the time especially, that was a big movement down there. And
where, down in Vegas or here?
Both.
Okay.
And Bernie Sanders.
So, I got you. Dude, he was
but I didn't as much as I don't agree with them, which I totally don't. I don't agree with anything on a socialistic, Marxist, semi-Marxist basis at all. That's just me. And look what's happening now. But anyway, I never argued with people that much. I mean, when I say that much, I would say I never really argued with anyone. The only time you'd ever debated a little bit is around maybe the political seasons a little bit.
Yeah.
But all my neighbors were certainly liberals, big time.
Well, it's like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm going for the Cowboys. I'm going for the Steelers.
Right, but this thing with the scamdemic, what happened is it got so bad where I lived in a major thoroughfare of walking traffic, major walking traffic.
Yeah.
And people would park in front of my house to walk to these restaurants. And it got so bad, I had to, one day, I was just driving, and this is before I got the whole God thing, because I wasn't making the connection with Satan or any of that. And I know I'm speaking freely about that, but that's how obvious it is now. It's like Lucifer, God versus Satan kind of right now.
Right.
But the thing is I finally, I was driving me crazy because I'm like, these people are nuts. Walking up the foothills wearing masks, and running with their kids.
Yeah,
and they're getting the worst part.
Down behind camels.
Hundreds and hundreds of people walked by my house per day. You know that.
Yeah.
Especially on the weekends.
Where you used to live, yeah.
Right. There would be this is where it started getting to me. There would be strollers. People with their kids in strollers, infants.
Yeah.
With face diapers.
Oh, geez.
They're just suffocating them, kind of. In my mind, I'm just you are killing your freaking kids.
Well, it's better than killing grandma.
No, exactly.
Oh.
That's what they think. That's probably how they rationalize
That really is. Dude, I've been accused of killing more people's fucking grandmothers in the last year.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, seriously, cheers to that. I'll cheers you some water to that. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been accused of killing more fucking grandmothers. And my response every time is, well, where does your grandma live?
Yeah.
Well, Nebraska. When did she die? Well, last night.
Right.
Oh, I was at my house last night minding my own business. Pretty sure I didn't kill your fucking grandma.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's insane, dude.
Good night.
No, so that whole thing is absolutely insane. But the other thing is, so I'm driving down the road one day, and I'm like, and honestly, I was not even considering selling my house ever. In fact, I lived
Why would you?
No, I lived in a really convenient location.
Exactly.
It was modern place. It was, my type of. It wasn't overly pretentious, but it was a great location.
Close to everything.
Yeah, it was a very nice place. But the thing is, I mean, I could ride the bus everywhere.
Yeah,
but
that still trips me out that you do that.
No, but the thing is one day I'm driving, I'm pulling to Home Depot, and I walk in. I'm just like on this mission, and I just walk up. And I find the for sale by owner signs. I mean, my background's real estate and stuff like that, but I walk up, grab a sign, go up the counter, buy it, go home, put it in my yard. Coming soon. Coming soon, and then I put the price on it and my phone number. And because I wanted to go ahead and do new cabinets or I wanted to finish the floor up and downstairs. I wanted to put new countertops and then paint the cabinets and tweak it out. Because it needed some work.
Did you get rid of that condo you used to have?
I just did last week. I just did.
No shit.
Yeah, last week.
I remember that place.
Yeah, no, that was.
You used to have that Lexus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to drive that thing.
Yeah. No, I just sold that last Friday or two Fridays ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because I think things are going to shift.
You still had it this whole time.
I just have been renting it out.
Yeah.
In fact, I still have that garage that. I still have the garage that I'm using for a while, and they'll have it in 2 months. But no, I put it in the yard. The people came over, or I started getting calls, and like immediately. I didn't have it in the MLS or anything. It was just for sale by owner. But anyway, somebody calls and right away is like, yeah, we want to see it. I'm like, well, you can't see it for another, probably about 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I go, I need to do this, that, and they're like, no, we really want to see the floor plan. We just want to see it, and they're like, we're from out of town, just let us see it. So they show up with their face diapers on, and I have a gate out front, and I'm like, well, they're from California, right? This is God, what month? I forget. This is springtime, I think, or late spring, maybe early summer.
Last year.
Yeah, and so. They show up with their face diapers, and California people are gacked out on them, like
and hand sanitizer,
aggressive, yeah, for sure, and they're and I'm like, well, you can come in, but I'm petrified of those. They give me anxiety, so you can't wear those. And I could never say that kind of thing as a real estate agent. Like I could never say you're not going to come in my house with wearing this,
right?
Because they would turn you into potentially the real estate division, all this. But I'm like, I don't have to let people in my house if I don't want to.
Yeah, it's your house. This is a different ballgame.
And if you feel unsafe, then go buy another house. And this is my house. I'm going to sell it. I can go that direction if I want to.
Yeah.
So, I didn't, totally trip out on them. But I'm like, I just get anxiety. I would feel better if you didn't wear those kind of thing. And they went along with... They went along with not wearing them, and then by the end of the conversation, we're all shaking hands, and they're all, we're all together hanging out.
Hi, Ada. You didn't sanitize afterwards?
No. But the thing is that's how brainwashed people already were, even in the early, or the late early summer.
The early
people
stages
were already,
of this.
People are already like, now it's just a given. It's almost like everybody wears them when they wake up, get your wallet, your keys, your face diaper, and you're out the door.
We always make the joke. We wonder how much time people waste having to go back to their car to get their face diaper.
For sure.
To go into the store. And we're walking into the store without anything on our faces because we believe in this thing called we have immune systems. So if I do get sick, the greatest thing for getting sick, remember Dennis Leary?
Yeah.
Green fucking death formula NyQuil.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
That's the best thing. You get sick, drink some of that, take a fucking nap.
Him and George Carlin are the
George
same.
Carlin's my
those guys' immune system stories are killer. Epic, really.
Yeah.
But no, that's a crazy thing. They shut gyms down.
Oh, I know.
They shut, basically people are eating fast food, which is unhealthy as hell, right?
Thank you.
They can't go work out. Like my friend in California, I think, what did he tell me? Since March. He has not eaten at a restaurant or had his hair cut since March. That's like 10 months ago.
That's almost a year, yeah.
Yeah, or whatever, 10, 11 months ago.
It's 10 months, yeah.
He, that's almost like unhealthy. Like
it is.
For someone that's not incarcerated, and I'm not comparing it to being in prison, But at the same time,
it's essentially the same
you have
thing.
done nothing to be forced to be in your house, not be able to really go anywhere, and not. I mean, it kind of is the same thing.
It literally is.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
And it's all over. I mean, it would be one thing if this was a real killing machine.
Yeah.
This is like if this was a killing machine and it was a pandemic. Don't you think you would like look across the street at some point and see people just bouncing around, rolling around on the ground, dying? Right. All they do is call everything COVID.
Right.
They say everything is COVID.
Yeah.
It could be like Elon Musk said on his podcast with Joe Rogan. It could be a shark attack. They find your arm,
COVID,
and then they test your arm, and it's COVID.
Yep.
You died of COVID.
Yeah.
And it's a fact. They are testing animals.
Yep.
Fruit like apple in other countries that
what was it, a papaya?
Yeah, papaya and all kinds of different
Coca-Cola.
Right, and they're showing it positive. It's all a scam.
It is.
And the thing is people. The problem is, dude, is there's so much media to defend your mind from that it's nearly impossible unless you don't have a job and you can do it full time, like try to find the truth. That's really why I'm building a site.
Yeah.
Because I would try to post data on Facebook, which I'd never use, and I thought my friend was BSing me about the censorship. I'm like,
no, it's real.
They can't censor. Like that's not happening.
Section 230.
No, dude. I'm flat out straight up. No, now I'm talking like I was not on Facebook, and I even me not ever posting, I'm getting censored, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wow, that's weird, and I'm not even all that. I wasn't all that controversial. Now I'm like, I don't really care anymore. I'm like, I'm just gonna say my truth, what I've found to be real, what I know to be not found, what I know to be true.
Yeah, what you know is true.
It's true. I mean, if you study this, you'll figure out the way they get away with it is their PCR tests. They're a scam.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They test anything. They could test
your phone.
My sunglasses.
Yeah.
Right here.
And if they magnify the test enough.
Exactly. And all of a sudden, these have COVID-19.
Yeah.
And
well, you know the funny thing about this whole COVID thing, and I've said this from day one, and I'm a conspiracy theorist. I've been called everything you want to be called. Listen, if coronavirus, right, is a cold, right? It's different from influenza.
Right.
Right? Influenza is a different type of virus. Why are you calling it coronavirus then? If you have to see the language that they use, you have to always pay attention to what people say. And they always say, well, coronavirus. It's just like, remember in 2001? Mm-hmm. Terrorism, terrorist, terror.
Yes.
Right? Or COVID. So is it COVID or coronavirus? Because COVID is a coronavirus, but if you're going to say coronavirus, you're talking about a fucking cold.
Right.
I'm sorry.
That's
There's no getting away.
And it's not even as deadly as a cold. However, they can test, or for a common cold, they will test.
Right.
That's all they're doing.
Right. So it's fake data.
Right.
That's the whole point. And what they're doing is, the fact of the matter is that it's a money issue.
100%.
It comes down to the money.
That's all it comes down to.
When you want to talk
power, money, and power.
When you want to talk money, that's where everybody's coming in to this whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I died from a car wreck. He had COVID.
Right.
Hospital gets paid.
Yep.
Well, my grandma died from Alzheimer's. Oh, well, no, it was COVID. I had a chick, you remember, we won't say her name, but she used to be Billy's roommate. She used to live in his basement.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So, actually,
roller skating out.
Yeah, actually, before I was roommates with him, I lived down in that basement for a while.
I did not know that.
Okay. Me and Bobby. Speaking of Bobby, you heard Senior died, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, am I too far away?
Yeah, you've been the whole time.
All right, brother.
But producer Tim comes in and it's like, yeah.
Producer Tim.
Yeah. See, I don't know these things.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So doesn't it sound much better?
Yeah. So now it doesn't sound quite as trippy.
Yeah. So Bob Senior died.
Yeah.
You heard, right? Mm-hmm. Which is like, yeah, I've noodled with all of those things.
You're good, man.
Keep going. They should sound good.
I'm quiet.
Yeah, you are. But so anyway, me and Bobby were living down there. I'd sleep out in the...
Bob Senior?
No, Junior.
Oh, Junior.
I'd sleep out on the... Well, briefly he was. That was when he was working for you.
In Vegas.
Yeah, he would be here. So, like, most of the time. Actually, that was only for a few days, to be perfectly honest with you. But, anyway, she said to me, well, you mean the 3 patients that I had at the Alzheimer's facility she works at? Like, she works at like an old people's home or whatever. Mm-hmm. That was fake? And I was like, wait, you work at an Alzheimer's place, right? She's like, well, yeah. And I was like, okay, so chances that the Alzheimer's killed him?
Yeah.
My grandma died of Alzheimer's. It's nasty.
Yeah, it is.
What's in the final throes of it?
Yeah.
It's
so my mom
nasty.
did too.
The brain, they eat your brain.
Yeah,
they eat your brain, basically. Anyway, you get my point.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Alzheimer's that killed him.
No.
It's COVID.
Exactly. That's what they say. And then they get big bucks.
Right.
And then they just keep getting more big bucks. And that's where it really, you start on, that's when you start uncovering, okay, on a very localized level, what a scam. Like Idaho, Governor Little declared Idaho as a national state of emergency, right, or a state of emergency.
It was about the money.
And it was billions, not millions, billions. And that's where all this cash is coming from, dude.
Right. Well, dude, so, okay.
But wait, do you know how many people had it and had died from it? It's
here? Not many.
It's been a while since
wait, not any.
Well, not zero, obviously,
right,
but like it was only like, I think there were 4 cases.
When they got this money?
Don't quote me on that, but whatever that number is, it's been so long ago since, because this is it is the beginning.
Yeah.
He was also the first governor to ban make it whatever you call
hydroxychloroquine.
He's the very first governor. What does that tell you?
Oh, it tells you that he's in China's pocket.
It does totally.
That's 100% what it does.
Yeah.
So what was it? 86 million. Okay, so at the start of the school year, I made a huge fucking deal about this because the math. Like, I'm sorry, like well, you're not a doctor, but I can do math. So whether I'm a doctor or not, I can do math. And math says this. $86 million went to the schools for COVID, whatever. The beginning, and our schools, Boise schools. What was it? 48 million was for. Was it for?
48.
That was for the internet and shit.
The big one was for technology.
Tech.
It was making internet available to people and technology devices.
Yeah.
So it's like 48 million was for that, right? And then there was like 20 million
for testing for the staff and the teachers.
Right, not the kids, just the staff and the teachers.
Right.
And then there was a big pile of it
for plexiglass.
Plexiglass.
Dear plexiglass, thank you for protecting
me. Stations and things of that nature. And then the kids went to school for all of like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so they got $86 million.
Only 2 days a week.
Right, for what?
It's such, the whole thing.
Okay, so so then the kids ended up going to school.
Talk into the mic?
Closer to the mic, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This whole time you've not been, but it's been interesting.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you, but it sounds far away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
These are podcast mics. They're not singing mics. So.
I like singing mics better because I can stand back
here. What did I do here, brother? Is that it?
No, you're good. But so what they did was they gave all this money out, $86 million fucking dollars, and the kids didn't even go to fucking school.
Right.
So where the fuck did that money go? I want to know. Answer me, like you know a lot more about money than I do. Where the fuck did $86 million fucking dollars go?
That is absolutely what you do is follow the money, and that's what it is, a scam. The whole thing is a scam, and it starts even down to the school. I never really followed who was on a school board. Like, say, when my daughter was in school, like I wouldn't pay attention to almost anything. If you step back and look at it, and let's say use the word critical thinking over and over and over on everything.
Yeah.
Okay, who's in charge of this? Where's this money going? Are they stand-up people? Whatever. Because I'm a Republican, right? I said I was earlier, and I think
you can change your mind.
No, but I think about Governor Little. I've always voted right down the ballot like Republicans. I would have thought Little. Okay, he can't be shady if he's a Republican. I mean,
Right.
that's just stupidity.
A lot of people did think this.
No, and realistically, he's just as bad as someone like Nancy Pelosi. Like he's
He's a rhino.
And it's just exactly like Fox News. They appear to be. They have the trust of all these Republicans, conservatives. Let's call them that. And then all they do is have an agenda, and they just manipulate their data.
Right.
And that's the way they do it. Much like how all this ties back into. They don't talk about deaths. They just talk about cases.
Correct.
Cases.
Correct.
Cases.
We have. That's what they've done here. Every day we're hearing, we're sitting wherever we're at. Well, there's 2,600 new cases today for like 3 weeks running.
Right.
1,400 cases yesterday.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah.
So there was, dude. Listen, if all the cases that they're saying have happened, we'd all have this shit and we'd all be dead.
It's crazy, dude.
Well, remember 2 weeks to crush the curb or whatever, or to curb the.
Crash the curb.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they said.
Crush the curb.
Listen, and then it's like a year later. Like, I don't know when people are going to wake up to this. Well, here's the thing. What did we used to do when we got sick?
Yeah, you just stay away from people, and you take care of yourself. You hydrate. You watch. You do. It's just like the gym, dude. Like, okay, going to the gym.
Don't get me started.
No, but listen to this. This guy, I know you work out tons, and this is funny. Actually, there's so many gym stories. This is the one of the best ones though. But it's fun to watch people on the treadmill wearing face diapers though. That you got.
Oh yeah, I see it all the time.
No, it's so bizarre. You're
dude,
you're just looking at them.
I see dudes in there fucking like. So I work out of gyms. That's like like I'm there all the time. They're lifting weights in them. They're on the treadmill in them.
Yeah,
they're
serious about it too.
Yeah, and then they'll pull them down, right? Like right next to you, like this happened to me the other day. So there's this chick where I actually work out at, right? Because I work out different from where I work out, or where I work out, if I should say. And I go in there with my headphones on, minding my own business, right? I go in, I'm doing my thing, lifting my weights, doing whatever, and this chick will be like wherever she's at, and she's got her chin diaper on, right? And then she'll be like, as far as like we are from each other right now, or as far as you and I are from each other right now. And I'll be working out over here, minding my own business, with my headphones on, my hat down. I don't look up when I'm training. Like I look down at the ground. I don't make eye contact with people. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to bother people. So, but I see, there's mirrors everywhere. And so she's always looking at me with this look on her face. Right? And I'm just like
intense.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is your problem? So, but she has her chin diaper on, right?
Right.
It's on her chin.
Right.
So my question is this. If it's to protect me from you, I'm not wearing this to protect myself. It's to protect you. Well, if you have your chin diaper on, aren't you protecting me?
Right.
Right? By their logic.
Why do they care?
Right.
Yeah, about you.
By their logic.
Protected.
Yeah,
right.
You're protecting me, right?
Right.
Well, yeah, I'm here to protect you. How about this? How about don't fucking worry about what I'm doing?
Right.
And just let me work out in peace.
Right.
Right. Like I was doing, because I'm over here. It's the thing. Like when people tell stories about being at a store and the manager came, my pat answer to everybody, well, we're just over here minding our own business, so maybe you should try that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, leave me the Jacksons. Oh yeah. Fuck Jacksons. The one by our house. We go in there all the time.
I got a Jackson story, but I won't tell.
Oh, dude. I go in there.
That is funny.
I go in there not too long ago, about a week or two ago. Right? Do you have a mask? I said, no. Well, can I offer you one? I said, no. Well, I can't sell this to you unless you have a mask on. I said, so you're discriminating against me. Well, it's the rules, and you need to follow the rules. I said, what are you, my fucking mother? I was like, you have the stuff in your hand. All you got to do is ring it up and give it to me, and I'll leave.
Right.
I've already been in here for fucking 5 minutes. Like, what in the fuck are you talking about? Well, it's the rules. And I didn't even think to say, well, I'm exempt. Right.
See, and that's why I want to do this site. Like, that's what this site will be about. Like, this is kind of a big. This is probably one of the biggest ways they got away with this fake election.
Yeah.
Is enough people went along with this because they didn't know their rights. So all you say, if you say I'm not wearing one, if you say that, they're going to tell you what essentially you just repeated.
Yeah.
Well, you have to follow the rules. But if you say I'm unable to wear one, thanks, not even that I have a condition. Your condition could be a religious condition. It could be a health condition. It could be a variety of conditions. All I say every single time, and I don't wear these shields unless I go to Costco.
Right.
If I do, I mean, I wear my shirt. I have 7 shirts that look just like this now. Simple dress, simple way to get dressed in the morning. Don't have to pick what I'm wearing because there's 7 of the same exact thing.
That's how I dress, dude. It's awesome.
But I'm putting this branding the shit out of myself, and basically, the thing is, if you just say I'm unable to, thank you. If they go farther than that, then they could get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And is it gonna go there? Maybe, maybe not. And I've got to the point where I pushed that envelope very, 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 very far.
Yeah.
And never lost.
No, not at all. You know, honestly, when I was at the Jacksons, I was so taken aback because I go in there every day.
Right.
And the people that it was, like, I see them every day.
Right.
And I was just, like, the whole time, I was just in, like, what?
See, but that's why these are the ultimate, because I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
When you do have one of those on hand, or I'll give you a what is it called? The face gaiter. You can wear it up on your chin like this, you know, up to about here.
Yeah.
And it says mind control device.
It's like a turtleneck.
Yeah, but you can just have it on, or you can buy, and I have them that are both separate and part of the shirt.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you can pull it up to here. I don't pull them over my mouth. This I don't mind because straight up, like, wait, my glass is stuck to your mic. See, these are magnetized. But no, the thing is like this, you're not limiting your breathing. So like if you're wearing it around like a welding mask, you know, and they tell you to pull it down. The law is, or their guidelines. Forget the law. Whatever
there's no
law.
law.
Whatever that means. They're mandates.
Yeah.
This has to be over your mouth. So, like, if I put this over, if I did have this all the way over, it would be, I could still breathe fine. This does not limit your breathing, actually.
No, not at all.
And so that's actually nice. And if you're going to go to Costco, which that's a place
No, I won't go there. You know why I won't go to Costco?
Because they make you do it. Well,
No. You know why I don't go to Costco?
Because of their beliefs.
They support BLM.
No, I don't know that. Do they? Because now you're going to screw my night up, bro.
Yeah, they do. 100%.
I don't go to Starbucks because of that. Yeah,
I won't go there either. But we do have a gift card.
I won't go to Starbucks only because of that. But the reality is well, I'm going to look into that before I decide anything. But the thing. No, I'm a big fan of what you're saying.
That's why I don't go there.
The thing is this though, like, you're not hindering your breathing, which I like.
Right.
And you're telling them, you know what? This is a mind control device. You're an idiot to make me kind of try to be like you, a sheep. And that's how I feel. I'm
going to use those to decorate my amps.
There you go, brother.
I won't wear anything. I refuse. I don't give a fuck.
I know, and that's how I was. I didn't do that till November 16th, and then with Costco. But the thing is this. It doesn't really matter. I could easily. I've had a lot of people wanting me to make the face diapers with that on it. Mind control. I just don't want to ever sell or be a part of marketing any product or service to anyone that would potentially harm their health. And the face diapers do harm your health.
Yeah.
Period.
They do.
I mean, forget about being a healthy option or alternative. Like, if they worked and had any effectiveness, you and I have had the flu over the course of our lifetimes dozens of times. Okay?
At least.
And how many times within those dozens of times has your mom or dad or anyone that cares about you said, hey, you should wear a mask around? You know, it's never happened, ever. And it's because they don't work for preventing viruses.
It right on the box.
It does say it on the box. And the funny thing is, it's like, I've listened to so much stuff, and now I'm just too much to even relate to people about it because you sound like a...
I understand.
I mean, it's like I can't even possibly converse with someone who's so diehard mask because it's like you're just too easy to... Like they'll say, well, I follow the science. It's like, really, what science is that?
Yeah,
exactly.
Whose science is
right.
this?
And then where did that come from? And you just pin a couple deeper questions. But the thing that's funny about it, dude, is it's much like I grew up around water, right?
Right.
In a lake in Nampa.
Yeah.
And
what, Lake Lowell or what?
Yeah, we had mosquitoes and stuff. A lot of mosquitoes.
Yeah, of course.
And this virus, I saw an analogy like this somewhere I read or heard, or I've just taken in so much data, I don't remember where this came from, but it was like, imagine going ahead and putting a chain link fence around your yard.
Oh, yeah.
To keep the mosquitoes out of your yard.
Yeah.
I mean, does that make any sense?
No.
At all.
No.
And the reason it doesn't is because the mosquitoes... I mean, I know we're talking obvious stuff right now, but this is the level of obvious I'm going to put on my website.
Yeah.
And it needs to be out there.
Well,
because people don't even know.
They don't think.
No, they don't. And the thing is, the mosquitoes, what would happen to the mosquitoes? What would happen if you're on a lawn chair inside your fence around a lake? Let's equate the lake to like your body, your bloodstream, or whatever you want to call it, your lymphatic system. I don't care, whatever, your immune system, whatever you want to call your body, a representation of your body. Here's the lake. Here's a fence around it, which is your face diaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that fence
going to keep the mosquitoes out?
Keep the mosquitoes out of your yard?
No.
Where you're on a lawn chair, or are you just going to get your ass taken over and pulverized by mosquitoes? It's going to do nothing.
Right.
Honest to God, it's that simple. Right. And people will argue and argue, well, doctors wear them because...
Oh, I know.
And it's like,
good God.
Do they really wear them to prevent what you
During
think?
surgery.
It's so they're not dropping their saliva into your wounds.
Opened wounds.
Right.
Yes, correct.
That is why.
Because if that happens, you could get a bacterial infection.
Exactly.
Because it's an open fucking wound.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the size of the particles of these... Oh
my God!
No,
dude,
but
you just made my whole day with that, dude. Because that is the funniest shit ever.
No, but
I have heard that argument, Konnel,
trillion times.
I can't even, dude.
Every day you hear it.
Yes, listen. It's a virus that's so deadly you don't know you have it until you get a test.
It's insane, dude. And to be honest with you, what can you possibly do about it other than? And that's driven me, like I said. Well, I'm gonna just make a. I'm gonna have stuff about. Actually, oddly enough, I'm gonna have scriptures on there too.
Nice,
talking about the deception of Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him.
Well, here's something I actually wanted to bring up. You mentioned earlier. So you got when you talk that Satan and Lucifer are two different entities. Oh yes, they are. Okay. Satan, Hasatan, and Lucifer. So when you want to, this is stuff, dude, I'm very, very versed in. When you want to get into like the pedophile shit and all the adrenochrome shit, and all these elites and the Hollywood people and all the
those are Luciferians,
correct?
Right,
they're Luciferians. That's a whole. It's just kind of like the whole thing with Lilith and Eve. You know what I mean? Like we're talking like, but that's another ballgame. But anyway,
another podcast.
Oh, dude, we can talk about it now if you want.
We'll do it on mine. I'm gonna start mine tomorrow. Yeah. I believe tomorrow. So I'm gonna have you on
tomorrow.
No, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Shit.
I'll come check out the facility with me. Or do you have to work tomorrow?
I work every day, but whatever. I make my own schedule, dude. So it's all good.
I'm gonna find out the details after I leave here tonight, and I'll. But it's downtown. So yeah, we'll figure it out. If
you tell me it's at the Alaska building, I'm gonna shit.
I don't know what that is.
The Alaska building, across from Mulligan's.
Is it Mulligan's?
On Main and 11th. You know where the Lux is?
I don't think it's that, but it's down in that area. It's an older nursing home building, kind of. They had a big ribbon cutting ceremony on Friday.
Oh wow!
And it's a big deal. They have this set up in Coeur d'Alene. Spokane. They have one in Spokane.
Spokompton?
And they've done it in a few big cities. and or whatever, and it's called like I'll find out exactly. I think it's Speak Now or something, but they provide everything. They provide the room.
Oh, yeah. Now it's okay. I remember we talked about this.
Speak something.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I saw that somewhere, and I don't remember where now.
It's not even launched. Tomorrow is their first day. Like I did a tour of it Friday.
Yeah,
and I'm sure if you want to expand your deal out of here, that studio, that's free. It's totally awesome. I mean, I'll get your take on it, but I mean, it's.
I'll go check it out.
Yeah,
I'm always down to go check stuff out.
Yeah,
I like here because it's just
chill.
Yeah. Well, I get to hang out with my, Tim and I are obviously friends, and
I'm not trying to change your vibe here, but they may have equipment and they might have like.
Yeah. Well, I have other channels too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I have, obviously, like I'm a musician, so I have like a
music
channel, and then I have just a me channel, and then we run off this channel. So I have all sorts of different stuff going on. Nice. I just like having, like, this whole thing came about, Tim approached me about it. I actually used to just come on his podcast all the time. Like I was on his podcast like 4 or 5 times.
What is his podcast?
Just Channel 99. Oh, like wow. We're on Channel 99 Studio on YouTube.
See, I don't know anything about podcasts, dude.
Yeah.
I've been semi kind of retired for a while and I've been off I don't even know. Like, I didn't even know how to use Facebook. I still really don't know how to use it that great.
You're not missing anything, dude.
No, I want to do podcasts now because, I mean, I got to get, like, content out.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it. The people that are just so brainwashed, it's driven me crazy, man. But I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so we can go to what happened?
Oh, I've got a guest at the house.
Oh. Are we being too loud?
No. He just said let him know when you're done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. No, that's all good. Nah, we're right on schedule. Yeah. It's cool. Anyway, yeah, so sorry. Yeah, it's a good way. This is a good way, like...
Get messages out.
I honestly... the thing of it is like, I honestly don't know who even fucking watches this. I have no clue. It's just like I've never seen a commercial I've been in.
Yeah.
I've been in a bunch of them, dude. I've never seen one. If I ever, like, I'm watching, like, a football game or something and one pops up and I'm in it, dude, that'll be a trip.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Like, I've never seen one. I don't know. Like, my dad's the one, so he's like, hey, when can I see that Subaru commercial you did?
Nice.
I'm like, I don't know. Dude, I didn't even know fucking they're going to put it on TV, Dad.
Do you get banned from Facebook with this stuff?
I've only gotten banned, twice? Mm-hmm. I got banned for a day once, and then I got banned for 3 days once. Incidentally, for both of the posts said COVID is bullshit. That's literally what both posts said.
Well, and Twitter.
Oh, well, Twitter were just removed, period.
Really?
Yeah, Twitter, they just removed all of us. Like, just, that's...
They didn't remove everyone.
Not everyone, but we got removed. And we're small accounts. But, like, my Facebook account's pretty big. And I've gotten warned several times for, like I posted the picture of Malia Obama and Hunter Biden doing coke in the hotel room, and they told me it was sexually explicit, but they both had clothes on.
Wow.
I mean, he was coming up behind. It's okay for that, but you can watch WAP. You know that song WAP?
Yeah.
You can watch Wet Ass Pussy on the fucking Facebook videos, right. But I can't fucking post a picture of two people doing coke and probably boning in a hotel room.
It's unreal.
In clothes.
It's unreal, dude.
Right. Because they're censoring us. Dude, they put Trump's Facebook thing back up, I guess.
Did
right?
they?
Yeah. But it says...
Twitter or Facebook?
Facebook.
Okay.
But instead of saying President of the United States, because that's what he is, it says political candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead fucking serious. So, you know what I'm saying? Like...
It is so corrupt.
Yeah.
Jimmy, it's like, it's to the point now where, yeah, when they can do that to the president of the United States.
Right, exactly.
Like, yeah.
Well, it's like, dude, like she always says it too, like we sit around and watch all this stuff. When the fuck did it be okay to talk to the president of the United States the way that the media talks to him?
Yeah.
Like, when did that become okay? When we were growing up, like I grew up during Reagan,
right?
And you know the two Reagan administrations, and then Bush, and then the two Clintons,
right?
Then the second two Bushes, and then the two Obamas, right? So that in my lifetime, and then Trump. That's the presidents I've had in my lifetime. I can never. Two things. I can never recall the media talking to the president that way. Even Clinton with his, well, the definition of isn't really but if you use the word isn't, like, fuck you, Clinton. And the second thing is, I've never seen a presidential election where they stopped counting.
No, it's because they've never have.
Right. I've never seen one.
No, they never have.
I know you've seen more presidential elections than I have. You've probably seen, what, 2 or 3 more than I have? So... actually, you know, I didn't even see the Reagan one because I was a baby.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the first one.
Right.
But what I'm saying is when in the history of fucking presidential elections, so this is my other big one too, like now that we're on it. So people, well, you don't have any evidence. What? Because this is what I say, people. They go, well, Joe Biden won. And I go, prove it.
Right.
And then I go, here, I'll just make it easy for you. You can't. Right? Oh, speaking of which, I promised I would do this, so I'm doing it. I had this girl message on she comments on one of my posts. And basically what it says is if you're pro-Democrat, you're a communist. That's the gist of what I said. So she responds with something that was just dumb. I'm sorry, it was just dumb. And I'm really nice to people now because they report you and get you banned off this. That's how they do it. So I'm really nice. I don't tell people they're dumb as fuck anymore.
Is that good advice?
That's my go-to.
Okay.
But so I said, name one country where socialism has worked. And I said, here, I'll just help you out. The answer is none.
Right.
Right? And she says to me, I've had to live under fascism for the last 4 years, so you just deal with it. And if you don't like universal health care, you're not American, or something along those lines. So my response to that was, Canada's not a socialist country. They have socialized medicine. That's facts. And they hate it. Facts. And people are diehard too. Like, you remember our friend House?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, he's out there.
I had to block him. Well, I mean, dude, just come on, bro. Like,
it's because he's grown up in the North End.
I know, exactly. They hate their fucking medical system in Canada. Canadians do. So she told me that Canada's worked as a socialist country. America's a fascist country because we have a fascist dictator. And I don't even know. So I obviously, like, you haven't been on the Facebook too much, but I'm like, so I learned today that socialism has actually worked in Canada. It was the first country ever that it's worked in. And I also learned that we live in a fascist dictatorship. And I also learned that the moon is made out of cheese.
Green cheese, yeah.
Yeah, it's made out of, like, get the fuck out of here.
It's insane.
Socialism has never worked because it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Facts. Trump is not a fascist dictator. That's facts. And the moon's not made out of cheese. And is the moon even there?
Exactly.
I don't know they're part of yesterday.
Well, yeah. So we've been tracking the moon, Konnel. Just seriously.
Dude, my mind is so stretched on things I'm learning. Not about any of this, but even like where you're going probably with this.
Well,
it's so weird.
It's a trip, isn't it?
It's everything is.
Well, here's
what is real. This is exactly like the Matrix.
Let me break it down for you very simply. It's this simple. I figured this out a long time ago. And people told me I was crazy and whatever, but laughs on you fuckers, every single one of you. So, well, I put up with a lot of abuse over saying things like this out loud for years.
Uh-huh.
I've been saying this shit for years. It's just simple. I'll just break it down for you. Everything you've ever known in your life is a lie. And once you realize that, everything's fucking fine.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
No, I've come to that realization. That's why I'm like, that's why I'm checking everything I can consciously identify.
Yeah, I get
like things that are say molding purposes of belief systems.
Yep.
No, I'm checking all the way back to where my beliefs were formulated from.
Yeah.
How
you formed.
How did I identify this individual belief? Then where did I get brainwashed by where that came from?
Right.
And that's literally what I mean about Satan, dude. That's deception.
Yeah, it is.
Who knows what the purpose of it was? I grew up going to Catholic school.
Me too.
I was an altar boy.
Me too.
And I knew nothing about God. That church, to me at least, not criticizing Catholics, although I think it's a cult. The thing is you go there, you don't feel it, you don't experience it. You worship kind of like Mary, and there's statues and historical references all over. Like with all the, I guess, tradition.
Well, yeah, all the stained glass.
But the thing is I had to start checking, like, where was I brainwashed there? And that's going back into, like, grade school. Like, what are you, 7?
Right.
I don't know before. Like, I've gotten as far as kindergarten, and I've been checking, and this is all in the last year.
Right.
Like, I've done studying on some different things at a low level, like NLP stuff, and I know things about on a surface level that I'm more, let's say, aware than maybe an average person might be as far as your ability to just question things.
Right.
But at this point now, I'm trying to really dig deep.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, where's the cognitive dissonance actually starting at what age? You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you exactly. In most cases.
What, in the womb?
As soon as you start going to school.
Yeah, I know. That's totally obvious.
It's as soon as you start going to school.
But I wonder, it could even go further than that because think about it. Like,
I mean,
your parents were, if you went to Catholic school, they were likely Catholic. So you grew up, most people, that's how they grew up.
I honestly, though, I went to Catholic school because I used to get in so much trouble in school.
Well, there you go.
Well, you know why I used to get in trouble, though?
Because you were rowdy and rebellious.
No, not at all. Because every time the teacher opened their mouth, I'd be like, that's a bunch of horse shit. What the fuck are you trying to pull over us? I've always been this way.
Yeah, me too.
I literally used to get in trouble at school because I used to call the teachers out.
You and I are like, we're in a parallel universe.
And I know we are. It is like the Matrix. And it was always the phone calls, and it was always the this, and the principal's office, and the this, and the this, and the this. But the majority of why I got in trouble, I remember I got in trouble. I told you this story one time. There was this girl, her name was Holly. She cut her hair short. We had 2 Hollies in my class, and I sat next to this Holly. And the other Holly had blonde hair, and it was curly, and it was long. And this Holly had cut her hair short, so she kind of looked like a boy. And we were like 6 or 7. It was like 1st or 2nd grade, whatever it was. I will never forget the time that I got in trouble she was saying something to me, and I didn't know what she was saying. And I just looked at her and I said, will you quit asking me questions? I don't know. That's what I said to her.
Right.
I was just like, I don't have any clue. Will you just quit? Like, I didn't want to talk to her. I didn't want to hear it anymore. Just, like, shut the fuck up. That's what I really probably wanted to say, and I didn't.
Right.
And I really was nice about it. I was like, would you just quit asking me questions? I don't know. I was in the principal's office 5 minutes later.
Right.
For what? Well, you can't talk to people that way. I can't tell people to leave me alone. I can't tell someone to stop asking me questions because I don't know. I'm not allowed to do that.
No.
Right? So, do you see the point?
Yeah.
So, just sit there and fucking, get in line and fuck you. How about that? So, that's why I ended up going to Catholic school, was because of that, because there was no other alternative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back in those days, back in the 80s,
yeah.
In the 90s and shit, like they didn't have another alternative.
No. I get it.
You know what I mean? He's got ADD.
Yeah.
Because I was bored.
Right.
Right.
You got to pick up the pace on the non-fake news with the nuns were pretty. They were militant though. When I went there.
Oh yeah, they were assassins with them yardsticks.
Yeah, rulers.
Ooh boy.
You want to hear a funny story about that, dude? 3rd grade, this friend of mine, we went in at recess and we were getting the football and it was during recess. We were throwing the football back and forth just for a minute in our classroom.
Yeah.
And my friend threw it. And it was over my head, and I missed it and knocked this teacher's is it called macrame? Yeah, macrame plant off the ceiling, and it shatters on the ground. And so we come back in, our deal's all toast, and she figures out it was him. She made our entire class, including myself, line up, and we all got to pull our rulers out and spank this dude. I mean, could you imagine that going on today?
No, it wouldn't
That'd be
happen.
on CNN. It'd be on probably. That lady would be in prison.
Yeah, guaranteed.
But I mean, it's just a different world. But the thing is, those nuns back then
they were assassins.
They would hit hard with those rulers.
Oh, dude,
and yardsticks.
Sister
too.
Mary Michael Linda, man, the yardstick. You say something smart to her?
Yeah. Yeah, we had this gal, Sister Karen was our principal.
She would wait, though.
Yeah.
She would wait. Sister Mary Michael Linda would wait. You'd be like,
Linda.
Mary Michael Linda. So you'd be like this on your desk doing your work, right? 2 weeks later, I swear to fucking God.
Boom.
Like this. And you'd have your hand up, right? You're doing your math or whatever class we were in, doing your work. You wouldn't even be in her class.
Yeah,
you'd be in like one of the other people teaching, like, because we had these people that 1 year they had all just graduated from Notre Dame. And this was their
student teaching kind of thing.
Well, this was their first teaching jobs.
Right.
They were teachers, but this was their first jobs at Catholic
right.
school. Anyway, so she used to fucking just out of nowhere, and you'd be like, do. Next thing you know, dude, you got bloody knuckles. Like the High on Fire song, dude. She would just whack with that yardstick, dude. She was an assassin. It was, and then you'd be like, and you would be mindful of like not to say anything right now, because then you knew you had another one coming when your knuckles healed.
Right.
She didn't give a fuck. That nun was a fucking savage.
No, I get it. They're crazy, man. I'm semi glad I went there, but in a lot of ways, I'm like, they're dangerous. They're dangerous out there.
They are. Well, luckily,
I don't think they're the same anymore. I think they've reeled it in, but maybe that's my brainwashing too. They don't seem to be like they could get away
I doubt they do any of that anymore. Well, luckily too, like being in Catholic school, like I know, like, and being an altar boy especially, like I'm lucky. You know what I mean? Like, I really truly feel that way, because, like, look at what's gone on. Have you seen the Vatican shit and the Pope shit that's been going down?
I have, but I'm trying to figure out what about it is real. What about I mean, put it this way: I know it's gonna go down.
Oh, it has.
And I'm thinking it did go down.
It did,
but I'm still trying to put it together. I hope it went down, because I know that's the most corrupt institution that exists.
Well, that's all roads lead to Rome.
Totally.
So you have to see, this is one thing I always tell people, and it goes like this. You have to know the history before you can know what's happening right now. So long story short, with the Vatican and Rome, right? The Vatican obviously is its own country. It's like Washington, D.C., right? So the whole concept with this is that they are in control of everything.
Right.
Right? You know how much gold they found under there? Oh, they had like New York-sized city stash of gold.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, it was like in the quintillions of dollars, whatever. Dude, see, this is where shit gets a little bit hairy and a little bit shady, or not shady, but a little bit like out there to people.
Because it's the same thing as like saying, going back when this started with the scamdemic with the nursing home people.
Right.
I personally could not comprehend myself even that they would purposefully or intentionally put people in a nursing home and intentionally create aggressive death rates.
Right. But they did.
No, exactly. But that's a connecting those two dots was hard for me to, no matter how big of a piece of shit or corrupt I would think a government could, or say,
Cuomo.
Totally, and all several of them.
Well, actually, the guy from Jersey, Whitmer, and Michigan.
Right, yeah. But but the thing is
there was 5 of them.
I just can't I should say I couldn't comprehend that myself. But now I'm like, okay, that's how. And so going to Rome, if you throw too many mind bending, the cognitive dissonance just in that is immense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't it's hard to even comprehend. Like, okay, so you'd heard about 9/11. I'm sure I know what you believe about 9/11.
Oh, I don't believe anything. No. I can just tell you what happened.
No, I'm just saying. But I know. But like that there's just so much stuff and it just goes right back to believe nothing. Right. You've been taught.
Well, when you get an official story that's just 100% bullshit.
Right.
Well, like we can go all the way back to the most famous one everybody knows, JFK. You know who was on the Warren Commission, right?
I remember. I've read this. I can't remember.
Bush.
Yep.
Ford.
Yeah.
Nixon. Like all these future presidents.
So tell me this. This is one thing I would like to know, because you and I, it sounds like we think a lot of the same things. But what do you think that volleyball or the soccer ball represented?
What, Putin?
Between Trump and Putin.
Oh, he gave him the hard drive. It was all Hillary shit. It was a World Cup ball. You know what they have in them, right? Microchips. Guess what you can put on microchips? Information. That was also a public submittal. That was Putin. Putin's our ally.
Passing the ball off, passing the baton to Trump to go after them?
No. He said the ball is in your court, Mr. President. So, no, he submitted. Putin, look, you realize that the Russian government just quit, right? Kuwait, Italy. It's like Kuwait, Italy, Russia, and there's a fourth country. Their governments literally just quit.
Yeah.
Well, why is that? Dude, this is so much bigger than people. Just let me put it to you this way. Mark my words. We call it Trump-Sara. You know what Nasara-Jasara is?
Yeah.
It's the global reset. Only we're getting a global reset. It's just not the one that the fucking...
We're not going to be the ones going along with it.
No, it's just not the...
It's a citizens reset.
It's not the global reset that the deep state wanted.
No.
That's the point. We're getting a global reset.
I know that.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree with what you're saying, bro.
So, well, it's like this, dude. Like, check it out. So they took the gold standard away, right?
Yeah, went to the petrodollar.
Under Nixon. And we have the petrodollar. We have the fiat currency.
Yes.
The gold's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They got all the gold from under the Vatican. You ever seen that statue in the Vatican? You ever seen it? The nuclear fucking whatever behind the Pope? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not evil. You ever seen that the room?
Oh, dude, no, I got all. I'm tracking with all
the room that it's in.
No, it's all
looks like the snake's head.
Trust me on this. Watch. I know you know all this, but there is this one video puts it all together. It's called Out of Shadows. It exposes. It's about you may have seen it. You just don't know the name.
Maybe
it's about two stuntmen in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
That's perfect.
The guy that had the accident and he had to go to that pelvic therapist lady.
Exactly.
Yep, I have seen
that. So
that's
Out of Shadows.
Yep.
That starts a person down a journey.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with COVID because it just shows you what the news does. Like the news media, like having, what is that thing they say on that scamdemic, or on that video, they say, this is a threat to our democracy. This is a threat to our, you know what I mean?
Right. Well,
on that show, every news channel across the world. It's the same thing with terrorism. Exactly.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. We're still going through X-ray machines, and we still have to take our liquids out and our shoes off, and get there 40 hours early to get to the airport. I mean, you're old enough to have gone through an airport and show. It's ridiculous.
There was a metal detector.
Yeah, and now it's all. Do we have terrorism going on?
No. We never did.
That's the thing. There's another video I just watched recently. I'm sure you've seen it because you're up to date on this stuff, but I don't. I'm gonna have this on my site. It's that gal, Susan, or God, I can't remember her name right now, but she talks about it's an invisible enemy. And she refers to the deep state as Mr. Global. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. I
think I've seen it.
She's gotten taken down big time. I'll have her on my site, but. Oh, dude, her whole description of this is like spot on, because she essentially describes how they utilize the invisible enemy, like 9/11.
Yeah.
Like terrorism, for example. We're all fighting. We're all seeking out terrorists. Like, remember, like all the music, like. I don't know, just very patriotic music. We're trying to, building up that narrative to go to war with, go into Iraq. Yeah. I mean, it's an invisible enemy.
The whole thing was a lie.
Yeah, but there's no way you can measure it. You don't know, like, if you believe everyone's a terrorist. It's like believing the coronavirus is everywhere.
Right.
And you're going to die at any second.
Right, and you're not.
And it's fantasy.
It is.
It's a freaking mind.
Well,
it's mind control, dude.
That's you're exactly right. Well, think about it like this, like the whole 9/11 thing, right? What it is people. Everybody forgets this about 9/11. What happened the day before?
Yeah, the money missing.
Rumsfeld.
Right.
$3 trillion.
Yeah.
I actually know what happened to that.
Sure, it went to the deep state.
No.
I don't know, but
No.
I'm just guessing.
I got 2 words for you. You want to know what happened to that $3 trillion? Space Force.
Nice.
It's been around for a lot longer than people realize. This is what I'm saying.
The United States money?
Yeah, the Space Force. You know Trump's Space Force?
Yeah.
His new branch of military? It's not new. This is just it. This is the thing.
Oh, that's deep stuff right there. I've not heard that extension of that.
Dude, I can tell you all sorts
You're
of
talking
shit.
Trump, though. You're not talking Bush.
No, I'm talking the
Bush,
money. The
but
money that
Bush
went
was
missing.
not involved in this.
Like, fuck, he wasn't.
He can't have been. He was. I
What do you
think
mean
he's.
he can't have
I
been?
think he's pretty corrupt, dude.
Dude, George W. Bush is dead.
No, but I think.
I'll bet you $100 right now. H.W. Bush died the same way that W died. Jeb's dead. Laura's dead. Rumsfeld's dead. Cheney's dead. Biden's dead. Hillary's dead. Barry and Mike are dead. Bill's dead. I can keep going. They're all dead, homie. And if people don't want to believe it, I don't give a fuck. They all died fucking 2-3 years ago. Executed. Every single motherfucking one of them. Mike Pence, pretty sure he's gone too.
So who are the people? You think they're holograms?
They could be at some points. They can also remember Mission Impossible? The masks? That shit's real. Here's the thing with Hollywood.
Dude, that's deep.
I'm not saying I would agree with you, but I'm not saying
It's fine.
No, but
You don't
no,
have to.
no, I don't disagree. That's the thing.
And that's fine,
I haven't
too.
had enough time to look into.
Oh, this is what I'm saying. This is deep. Listen, they show us in Hollywood on the. It's called the idiot box, right?
Yeah.
That's what your
Stepdad.
stepdad called it, right?
Yeah.
I call it. You see, dude, this is like I'm talking to myself sometimes. Well, because I say these things, and then days later or whatever later,
Comes
like I'll
to
have a
fruition.
conversation.
Yeah.
Look, this is how it goes. Hollywood and politics. How does that song go? Hollywood and politics always go hand in hand. So all this shit. You know who Trump's fucking Secretary of the Treasury is? What's his name?
Pompeo?
No, not Secretary.
Oh, the Treasury. I'm sorry.
Miznin or Mushnin or.
Anyway,
So, well, his name's important. So we get his name. Anyway, listen. She'll find his name and then watch this. So they show us what they're doing in movies and TV.
oh, totally, 100. I get that.
You've seen Captain America, right? Where Hydra infiltrates all of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they take it apart from the inside?
I haven't seen that, but I've
That's-
seen that. I know the context.
I can't remember if that's Captain America. It's one of the Captain Americas. There's 3 Captain Americas. I can't remember which one it is. But literally, Hydra infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. And Hydra's, the Red Skull. Mnuchin. Steve Mnuchin.
Yeah.
You know what that dude actually does for a living, or what he did do for a living before he became Treasury of the Secretary? Or Secretary of the Treasury?
Military? I don't know.
No, fuck no. He's a Hollywood producer.
Oh, wow.
He did like Batman versus Superman and Suicide Squad, all the Warner Brothers. So you remember Tennessee? Christmas Day?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the guy? What was the guy's name? Anthony Q. Warner? Starting to put this together yet? It's all a fucking movie, dude. The whole thing.
Yeah, he was 20th Century Fox. X-Men franchise.
So the movie.
he was the-
how does the movie end?
So he did X-Men,
So you
Avatar. He did Batman versus Superman and Suicide Squad as well.
Is this movie ending here in a couple days?
No. Dude, listen, let's put it like this. You've been out of shape before and got in shape, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. How long were you out of shape for? Years, right? Long time. How long did it take you to get back in shape?
Years.
Yeah, there you go.
Here's his filmography if you want to.
It's all of them?
Yeah.
So listen to this. This dude is the executive producer of this is wow. American Sniper, Mad Max Fury Road. I love that movie. San Andreas, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. That's a spy movie. Jupiter Ascending, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Central Intelligence. That was The Rock and Kevin Hart. The Legend of Tarzan, Suicide Squad, The Accountant. That was Affleck. That was Batman. Wow. Wonder Woman, Annabelle, Creation. So, anyway, so listen. So, that's crazy. So, this dude's a movie producer, all right? So, this gets so deep, dude. It's fucking crazy.
No, I know. I'm sure that it's there's an endless possibilities.
Well, it's an endless fucking thing. My point being with what I just said about the fitness thing, this has been going on for centuries.
Right.
Centuries. All this
Beginning
corruption
of time,
and
right.
evil and the Luciferians and the darkness and the this and the that. How long does it take to clean all that up? You know what I mean?
This will take a long time.
Well,
the thing
of it is they've been planning this for a long time too. Don't dead it twisted.
I'm just trying to see where you crossed over to these people are already dead.
Oh, yeah, we want to go back to that. So, listen, so in 2017, submit or declass. Remember how I was telling you about that? And you brought up the Putin thing. Putin's an ally. Why do you think they fucking vilify him so much in our media?
No, I get it.
Right? That was him giving the hard drive, Hillary's hard drive. They've got it all. Do you remember in the debate? The first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I quote, "We caught them all. We have it all on tape." See, people don't listen when DJT talks. People just don't listen. People, I'm all on board, and then they fucking give up. That's why I don't really. I post and ghost these days, so I don't want to hear anybody. If you're gonna give up, fuck off. Listen, he said it right there. Do you know what the significance the significance of that is? We have it all on tape. VHS confessions.
Yeah.
You know why VHS, right? You can't doctor it.
No.
You can't CGI it. You can't hologram it. You can't Mission Impossible it. Barack Obama, if you look at that, you seen The Last Dance, Chicago Bulls thing? Remember when he talks in there? Because he started his career in Chicago, politics. Look at that Barack Obama, and then look at him fucking a couple months ago. Tell me that's the same dude. Look at Joe Biden from 1994. And I understand people.
No, I've seen that with
age.
Joe Biden. I've seen it, and
Right.
There's even an identifying mark on him on one of these pictures.
Right.
Like it was like not a mole, but something like
Right.
that. But what about Barack Obama? So you think he's dead?
I know he's dead. There's no question about it.
So who killed him?
They were all executed. Treason.
By
Under military tribunal. Military tribunal. See, here's the disconnect a lot of people have with this. Well, they didn't get a trial. Motherfucker, when you do crimes against humanity, you don't get a trial.
When do you think Obama got executed?
2017, 2018.
What about his wife?
Right next to his ass. You mean his husband?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right?
Yeah.
They both got. Hillary got.
So they just have body doubles?
Well, they can do whatever they want. They have lookalikes. They can fucking mask. Watch the Tom Hanks shit, dude. Like, dude, I'm telling you, this shit is so...
What about Tom Hanks? Go there.
Oh, he's a fucking piece of
no,
shit.
No, I know that, but what do you mean, watch what about Tom Hanks?
Watch his monologue on Saturday Night Live from last year.
Yeah.
The Corona typewriters and all the shit. That's not him, it's CGI. They can CGI faces, dude, I'm telling you. Look at Mike Pence.
You think he's dead,
Yeah.
Tom Hanks? You think Tom Hanks is dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, watch that monologue and look at his hands.
Yeah, look at his hands.
Too young.
Those are not the hands of a 64-year-old man.
Nope.
This movie coming out with him, when did they actually shoot it? Listen, they do all this shit.
That is so wild, dude.
It is.
Well, what
I haven't
did
smoked weed for a lot of years.
Or a lot of months, but I should probably start.
Ancestry.com. Get on Ancestry.com and look up Bill and Melinda Gates. Guess what year they died? 2013. Find a picture of them from 2010, and then find a picture of the current picture of them right now. Melinda Gates is a dude, and Bill Gates is a chick. That is not the original Bill and Melinda Gates. The Melinda Gates looks like fucking Kevin Klein in drag.
How about Mark Zuckerberg?
I haven't heard about him yet. I don't know what's
How
up with
about
him.
the
I know he's fucked.
Twitter guy too, right?
He's fucked too. They're both fucked. I haven't heard anything that's happened to them yet, other than they've been arrested. And they're holding them. Marines are going in, dude. See, this is what I was telling you. While you were over there in D.C., right, doing what you was doing, which is cool as fuck, which we really haven't hardly even talked about, which is kind of funny. But while you were over there doing that and all eyes were on DC, it's like Tupac, dog. All eyes on me. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Right? But what was going on behind the scenes where everybody wasn't looking? Well, you guys were all over there doing that, and they fucking had all that. And there's proof that they had all that insurrection. I like how they use their own terms of what they're actually doing against Trump. That's the funniest shit. Well, all that was going on. They had all that planned out, right? They had their little their group of 150 people that was infiltrated by white hats, right? So they knew what was going on. That's how they got all the fucking stuff. Listen, the rest of the country, they were mobilizing, dude. I don't know if you've read any of the Q stuff.
No,
military is the only way. We're under Insurrection Act right now. You realize, like, the fact that the national emergency, the emergency declarations that Trump has already declared, having like an election under an emergency declaration and blah blah blah. Dude, there's so much shit that he did that people aren't even aware of. You understand what the Banking Act of 1871 was, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It made the United States a corporation,
right,
under British control,
right,
who's under Vatican control. Guess what Trump did on day one after he got sworn in?
Yeah, he took it over.
He dismantled it.
Yeah, and he became
we went back to the original Constitution.
Right.
Because under the Banking Act of 1871, what happened? They drafted a second constitution.
Right.
The one that they've been following this whole time. So therefore, you know about the federal income tax, right? You know how it was illegally passed in, what was that, December of 1912? Mm-hmm. Right? Do I have the year right? They called a special congressional session. Not enough states voted to ratify it as an amendment, right? So income tax is not a law. It's an assumption.
Right. No, it's totally an assumption.
Correct.
Or it's fake news.
Right. Basically, the Federal Reserve Act of 1912, right? The Fed, do you know why Kennedy got killed?
Because he was exposing it.
Well, he was getting rid of it, the Fed. Right. Do you know why Lincoln got killed?
The same.
Because he was getting rid of the central bank at the time.
Right. What was the name of that central bank? It wasn't the Federal Reserve.
It wasn't the Federal Reserve yet. It was just the Central Bank of the United States, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
But so the term that ties those two guys together, greenbacks. You can look this up. Kennedy had the $5 bills, the greenbacks. They had the red print on the bottom corner of them. That's how you know they're green. You go to a coin shop and maybe find them. They started printing them up. That's why they killed him. That's why this is all that's happening was started through him.
Kennedy.
JFK.
So do you believe his son's still alive?
100%.
Really?
Well, think of it this way. His plane, this is an old New York thing. His plane that he supposedly got on, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Guess what Senate seat he was running for?
New York.
Yeah, but guess what Senate seat he was running for? The one that Hillary got. What the fuck do you mean? Yeah, he's still alive. You understand who the fuck had his back? Who his father was? Who also was installed. He was an installed president. He didn't win. They stuffed the ballot boxes in Chicago. And they fucking switched the votes in Hawaii so he could beat Nixon in 60. That's another story. But it goes way deeper than that. We start talking bloodlines. They're all related, dude. Trust me. Trump is one of the bloodlines, the 13 bloodlines. He is. Here's the thing, though. They fucking aren't down with these motherfuckers. So it doesn't matter. So what happens, though, is this. So he gets on this plane, right? John and Carolyn, right? John and Carolyn Bissett, his girl. Mm-hmm. I think Kayleigh McEnany's their daughter, actually.
Really?
I can totally see it. Anyway, that I can't prove, but I'm about 100% on that. There's too many clues to point to it to not being true. Anyway, the plane supposedly went out over the ocean and crashed and vanished, and then they found it, and then they fucking found their bodies, right? Okay.
Supposedly.
Sure. Listen, what happened was there was a bomb on that fucking plane. They found out about it, sent the plane up. One of the military dudes that had his back, that was working for his father, right? One of their people, whatever that their little network goes, and took the plane up, parachuted out of it, and they blew it up over the thing.
Wow.
And they've been hiding ever since. You know who else is still alive?
Oh, Epstein.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, duh.
Who else?
No, I bet you any amount of money you want. Fucking Michael Jackson.
See, I've been wondering stuff just like this. Why would he still be alive? And I'm not saying this because that's a perfect example. Remember why I said this earlier?
Wherever the media was a big, like wherever they focus their energy, right?
Yeah.
You can almost go back in time and look at that.
Well, do you know his story?
Kinda, he was abused child. Da da da.
No. I'll make it real easy and real simple and real quick. He ended up owning 51% of Sony Music.
Okay.
He fucking smartest businessman to ever live in the music business. Next, and then it's Eazy-E, and then it's Prince. Mm-hmm. 3 smartest business dudes, and they're all black, by the way, which is funny.
All dead.
Supposedly.
Right, supposedly. Well, right. Eazy got AIDS. Yeah, sure he did. Prince fucking shut the fuck up. He didn't do drugs. Anyway, here's the deal.
So is he dead?
No, none of them are.
So what? So okay. So without go. Sorry, go.
No, it's cool. I get it. Trust me. Michael Jackson ended up owning 51% of Sony Music.
Okay.
51%, majority owner. He owns the Beatles catalog.
I know.
Okay.
I heard that. Yeah.
Right. That's worth billions of dollars, right? Mm-hmm. So guess what happened like last year or the year before? I think it was last year. Guess what happened with Sony Music? $900 billion to get that 51% back. Or, excuse me, $900 million to get that 51% back to his estate. He fucked him twice.
Wow.
Right. His house was a haven for all those abused kids in Hollywood, dude. He wasn't raping kids. All that came about when he took 51% of Sony Music because he outsmarted them. They were pissed. The music industry.
So they shattered his
image. Correct. The music
the
industry.
clock at the front of the house.
Yeah, the giant Q.
And the Q in the yard.
The giant Q in his yard. Dude, I'm telling you, this shit's been fucking planned for fucking a long time. People listen, anytime someone says, oh, you're one of those QAnon conspiracy theorists, you immediately dismiss them. You know why? There's no such thing as QAnon. There's Q, and then there's Anons. There's no QAnon. It's not a thing. It's like COVID. It's fake.
Right.
See what I'm saying? But so the reason that Michael got such a bad rap with all that stuff was because he out fucking smarted the sharks. He was the bigger shark than these evil fuckers, these evil record label people, and these Hollywood producers and all that fucking cesspool of Los Angeles.
Right.
Right. He outsmarted all them fuckers. Outsmarted them and got rich off of it. They can't have that.
And you think he's still rolling around?
I know he is.
So okay. So assume that's true. I'm not even saying I don't believe you because it makes sense. I've been thinking, where's the media? Like I say,
right.
What would be the concept of him faking his death or someone faking his death? What's the goal of that?
The goal of it is so he can get the fuck out of the public eye. He can get rid of all them sharks. Dude, he was like, that dude was so fucking afraid of everything. You would be too. You know what I mean?
Like Trump, how he gets attacked every day.
Think about his life, yeah. Well, think about it though. When you start putting the pieces together, guess who was fucking like this? Trump and Mike. They were fucking homeboys.
Same thing with Kennedy.
John and Don were fucking best friends. That was his best friend. Point blank. People, his best friend was Jeffrey Epstein. What? The fuck are you smoking?
That's fake news.
He's responsible for Epstein getting popped in Florida.
Do you think Epstein's talking?
Oh, you know he is. Dude, how do you think... Dude, you know who the other guy everybody keeps forgetting, though? Weinstein.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody forgets about him.
What's his story?
He's a fucking rapist.
Right.
He was raping chicks for movie roles. All these girls come out talking shit. And you know they're not all lying.
Right.
I'm sure some of them are.
So how does he fit into this?
Because it all fits together. It's all connected. Hollywood and politics. Do you see the pattern? Do you understand?
Because they put him in jail and got the name. There's
right.
The
so
narrative
listen,
off of him.
Weinstein fucking sang like a bird. Mm-hmm. They got Epstein. They had Epstein a long ass time ago. And they set all these motherfuckers up. They've been doing this shit for a minute, dude. And then fucking he sang like a bird. Everything you think, like everything they show us on whatever is a bunch of horse shit. They had Ghislaine Maxwell fucking 3 years ago. You think they just found that bitch hanging out in Maine?
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. She can fucking go anywhere the fuck she wants in the world and hide out, and she's in Maine. Come on with a better... Dude, I can write a better story than that while I'm taking a shit in the morning.
Right.
Listen to me. There's no fucking way that they didn't fucking have her already. There's no way. She's talking.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Here's the big thing. You want to hear something crazy? They were fucking not at the top of the food chain either.
Where does it go beyond that?
Oh, it goes
Rockefellers and all
way
that?
beyond them. But yeah, no, that's kind of a different animal, but it's still connected. But when it just comes to this whole thing that they were involved with, they still weren't the top of the food chain. But they know stuff that other people don't. They have information. They're not dead. Remember Isaac Cappy? Mm-hmm. You remember who he was, the actor? Mm-hmm. You think he's dead?
I thought he got killed, right?
Nah, yeah. Well, yeah, he just jumped off a fucking overpass right next to a dumb. You know what the dumbs are? Mm-mm. Deep underground military bases?
Yeah.
You know what the maglev trains are? You know, I can keep going, dude. This is so much fucking bigger than people even want to fucking realize.
So let's use him, Cappy. So what do you think the point of making him look like he died for? So he could get out of the limelight of that?
Witness protection.
Because he knows everything about it.
Because he knows about all these motherfuckers. Dude, listen, think about it like this. He even admits it in his last video that he fucked up.
Where he's,
He did something.
Where he's got that Levi jacket on. And he's kind of in front of a...
Yeah, and his hair's kind of...
Yeah,
he's got Jufro going on.
Tweaked out, yeah.
Listen, they probably got him involved in a little something, and he was like, Like, you know, but witness protection, because this is why. He knows. You think Madonna ain't fucking guilty as fuck?
Is she dead, do you think?
Oh, dude, the last time I saw a picture of her, dude, that didn't look like her. Look like a fucking... Remember those what's that movie?
So they just kill these people. That's not treason as raping kids, though.
No, but
that's a judicial process.
No, it's not. It's crimes against humanity.
You can kill people for that?
Yeah, crimes against humanity, dude. All this pedophile shit, the adrenochrome peddling, and the trafficking of the kids, the eating of the bodies, all that stuff.
So you're saying the justice is already prevailing right now, not it's waiting to prevail.
Yeah, it's already prevailed.
So they're just finding them, killing them. End of story.
Basically,
I hope
they've already did most of them. But what I'm telling you right now,
why don't they just tell you that?
People could deal with that?
Think about where you're at right now mentally with this.
I think it'd be great.
Right, but think about where you're at mentally hearing this for maybe the first time, or think about where you're at.
No, this is the first time, but I mean, I can tolerate it, but I've been...
Okay. You've been on the path. Mm-hmm. Think about someone who's orange man bad.
Right.
Think about someone with that mindset. Dude, you don't... Look, does Bill Belichick... Let me put it to you this simply. Does Bill Belichick give Bill Parcells... I don't know if they ever coached against... I'm sure they did. But does Belichick give the Patriots playbook to Parcells to the Giants before the game? Right. That's why. Dude, this is a total fucking takedown of all these motherfuckers.
How long has this been going on with Trump before he was in office?
At least 20 years.
So they put him in office.
Yes.
Or set him up to have probably like The Apprentice as a Hollywood figure.
No. They approached him, and when he said he would do it, that's when they knew that they had him. He loves this country.
No, he does.
He does, 100%. You know, I was never a Trump guy until last year, honestly. And I just had one question. Why are they always attacking him? Like, every day.
And people just believe everything they hear.
Yeah, and I was always just like, I was always like, who cares? Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't even care. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't care.
Yeah.
But it just got to the point in my head where it was just like, wait.
What the hell?
Every day. Right. All day. Every day.
Right.
The dude, he wakes up in the morning and farts. And it's on the news.
Right.
Well, he didn't point his ass east, and you know, like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Right.
Like, that's what you're fucking reporting? Dude. Like, this is what you have on the guy. So they don't ever want to talk about what he's done, job-wise, because he's done a phenomenal job. Phenomenal. He's done better than anybody. Oh, look, another promise he kept. That's all I ever say to people. They're like, oh, he didn't build a wall. I'm like, and at the time it was like, 311 miles?
It was more than that. 374 or something.
Yeah, or something, whatever it was, yeah. And I was like, look at the U.S. Customs website. They'll tell you exactly how many miles are built. And then there was pictures. Now they're almost at 500 miles.
So why do you think they're going along with pretending Biden is going to be the president?
Because they're committing treason in front of the whole world just repeatedly.
He's letting them bury themselves.
They're just, dude, look, in order to root out everybody, They rooted out everybody. Think about it. Think about what happened while you were over there.
So do you think that, like, say, people like, not Mitt Romney, obviously, because he's the most obvious, but the other guys, like...
Who, like Rand Paul?
Yeah, like him.
Fuck him. Yeah, he's part of it, too.
No, but do you think he will get executed?
They'll all get executed. They committed treason.
That's so good.
You can't certify a false election.
That would be good.
Listen, look, think about it like this. All these people were going to object, right? And then the storming of the Capitol happened.
Right.
We'll use that loosely because that was completely planned by the fucking enemy. So you're going to tell me that they all got evacuated out of there or removed, because evacuated and removed mean two different things.
Right.
You're going to tell me that they fucking got removed out of there and then just all of a sudden they changed their mind because of that.
They're just crazy, dude.
Right. But you're going to tell me that's why they changed their mind? No. Dude, they got to. You know how China gets to people?
Blackmail.
Yeah, but you know how? Specifically, I can tell you exactly how. Gunpoint. You will fuck this kid on camera right now. Right meow.
Wow.
Right? They'll just kill you. They don't fucking care. And they'll replace you. You ever seen G.I. Joe? The movie G.I. Joe? Remember at the end when they put Zartan?
Mm-hmm.
He becomes the president?
Yeah. Boom.
There you go.
That's wild, dude.
Gerald Celente. He's one of my most favorite people. He's a trends forecaster. I used to watch Alex Jones religiously back in the day. Back when we used to kick it all the time down at the Rilla. Listen, this is what he said. He said this. Politics. Hollywood for ugly people. There you go. Never forget that. He's true. Exactly what he said. So just think about all this stuff, Konnel. Like it's the way it works, dude. It totally
deep stuff.
is. It's super deep. All right, brother. So
452 miles as of January 5th.
They're at 452 miles. Yeah, he was at 450 the day he talked from there. So we have mindcontroldevice.com, which is your new thing, and people can hop on the interwebs. I like to call it the interwebs, and find all that. Is there anything else you want to plug while you're here?
Well, that's it. Gonna get a podcast going. It should start anytime. And no, everything's good. Go to mindcontroldevice.com and I'll send you a shield for a cost. And it's sort of a non-profit deal. So
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. How can people get shirts?
Same way. They're on the site.
They're on the site, yeah. But you're selling those.
Yeah, we're not making they're not a heavy profit margin. It's kind of cost plus like, shipping and a small profit.
Cool. Well, I think they're cool, dude. I'm going to sport mine tomorrow.
Nice.
At the gym.
Sweet. Good.
Yeah, I can't take, once I have a shirt on, dude, I can't take it off.
I get you.
I have a weird thing with that. And I always wear sleeves.
Sweet. Good. Well, cool. It was awesome being on here. I appreciate the additional awakening you're providing here, bro.
Oh, dude, it hurts.
It's like a double shot of info tonight.
Oh, dude, there's more. Believe me.
No, I know. I gotta process this up. We need to hang some more and do some more of this.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for coming by.
You too, man.
You look good.
Nice meeting you.
I'm glad you're sticking with the whole not drinking beer and you're drinking fake beer.
I just like the taste of beer.
See, I don't get that. I never like when I drink, dude. Well, when I drink, I just try to drink more than everybody else.
Duck, go this. Non-alcoholic beer or non-alcohol beers are used by Olympic athletes in their recovery room because they're the most hydrating. Have you heard this?
Oh, okay, I see.
I think. I don't know that this brand. It's more of a German.
Because there's so much water in them.
And it's the hops, but they're not the alcohol. So
right, but there's no alcohol.
And they have a lot of but they have hydration effects.
Yeah, it does. Well,
so these are like health drinks, bro.
Kinda. I don't know. I almost asked you for one, dude, but
I only brought two. I should have brought. I didn't know you. I thought you.
No.
Most people, they won't even drink one.
Well, I would drink one because
I'm gonna bring you over some.
I like beer, dude, but I just quit drinking. Period.
This doesn't make me want to drink. That's what people. That's a misconception.
No. I'm just saying that I like beer, but I just quit. To me, and so my brain always worked like, you remember when I used to drink,
Yeah,
dude?
yeah.
I could outdrink all you fuckers, run down the street naked, come back, outdrink you some more, and fucking wake up in somebody's front lawn.
Yeah.
Like, I was
No,
a
I get
maniac. But it never occurred to me to drink non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
Because to me, like, it never occurred to me to not drink to get drunk.
Right. No, I got you.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Makes total sense.
But yeah, dude, maybe one of these nights I'll have one of those with you, dude.
Okay, brother.
Just because, like, I'll be fancy.
Nice.
I'll be like, hey, look at me with my non-alcoholic beer.
You got to bring these on the road.
Well, Heineken makes one, right?
Yeah, Heineken
No,
Zero.
I'm
Yeah,
in, dude.
Those are good.
I like Heineken.
No, Heineken's awesome.
That was always my favorite beer, was Heineken's, and I don't even know, dude. Pabst.
Nice.
Dude, Pabst is so gross.
Yeah, that's some nasty stuff. But you
That's Billy beer.
That was the stuff to drink back in the day for sure.
That's Billy beer.
for sure.
How is he, by the way? I haven't seen him in a minute.
I saw him Friday. He seems like he's doing good.
Good.
Staying busy.
I miss that fucker sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
He's doing good. I think he I think everybody's feeling the effects of the economy kind of stuff, so
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, because, you know what I mean? I should call him.
yeah,
Actually.
for sure.
I text with him every once in a while, but, like, I don't... Dude, you know how long it's been since we've been to the North End? Like...
A year or two.
Oh, at least. I can't go down there.
I'm not a fan. I had to move.
Yeah. Well, I used to live there too.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, it used to be yeah, she used to live there. We all used to.
That's crazy.
Dude, that used to be the spot.
Yeah, it's not the same now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel the same to me, but it is what it is.
Totally.
Brainwashed zombies.
Oh, it's horrible. Like, I have a friend that's got a hair salon there.
Oh, what? I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Christy.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, dude.
She's cool. I
Yeah,
like
she's
her.
cool as
Yeah.
fuck, but, like, she's like, I have Trump flags in my garage.
Dude, I had I lived, I lived 3 blocks from Mayor McLean. I had to repeal Mayor McLean sign in my front
I didn't
yard.
know that she lived there.
Oh, she lives on 10th.
10th and what?
Riddenbaugh, roughly.
Oh, and okay. Over by where Sean used to live.
Well, not even that far. His is further than.
His was like 9th and...
9th. So
And
she lives
Riddenbaugh.
1 block. Yeah.
So she lived one over, okay. But I mean, I just always associate Rideball with him and Mo's old place.
yeah.
That's
For
crazy.
sure, brother.
Cool.
But
Yeah, well, dude, we can sit here forever. Anyway, dude, it's very good to have you on here. This is episode, what episode?
7.
7?
I like that number.
Sorry,
7.
me too. It's a good number.
It's God's number.
Sorry, yeah. Well, I'll tell you my birthday in a minute, but this is episode 7. Sorry about your feelings here from the safe space. My buddy Konnel. As always, Kim is here. My lovely, lovely, lovely brain. And as always, I thank Tim, my producer, and Channel 99 Studios, which is the YouTube channel as well, and where we're at. Here at the Safe Space, signing out.
Right on. Peace out.